What is the best treatment for long-term or chronic insomnia? Welcome back to another episode of the Sleep Q&A on my YouTube channel, where every single week I answer a question for my community. So if you want to submit a question, you can either just comment below with your question, or there's a link below if you're not happy sharing publicly, where you can come over to my website, submit your questions through that, and we can let you know when I answer your question. These questions are always really great to answer because I know that there are many misconceptions about insomnia, sleep, and so on. So let's make sure that we clear some of these up for you in the coming weeks. Now, if you are new to my channel, then welcome. Let me introduce myself. My name is Beatrix Schmidt. I'm a sleep coach, a professional speaker, and the creator of the Sleep Skills for Life membership program, which is basically a step-by-step, structured and practical program to take you from struggling with insomnia or sleep problems all the way to making sure that you develop great quality sleep for many years to come. And I get on a call with you in the group every single month, twice, to make sure that I can support you. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate every single view, every single like, and even comment. I know that over the years, my channel has helped many people, and it's really great to see that people keep on coming back. And then later on sharing as well with me what they've learned from my videos. So thank you for your support. Now let's circle back and talk about today's main question, which is what is the best treatment for chronic or long-term insomnia? Just like I mentioned earlier in the video this week, chronic insomnia is not a one-off. It's a consistent problem with either falling asleep, sleeping through the night, or not waking up refreshed in the morning. It has to be there 3 out of 7 nights a week for a minimum of 3 months. That's what chronic or long-term insomnia is described as. So it's important to not jump into conclusions to say, well, you've got that, and actually it's not that. Never self-diagnose. I think if you have had continuous problems with your sleep and you're really struggling, you must seek help with it first, because self-diagnosis can lead you to a really bad place and not really getting the appropriate support and treatment that you need. So when it comes to choosing the best treatment, and I will share with you in a little while what I personally think is the best treatment, let's just clarify a few things. How to even approach looking at what the best treatment is for you. You've got to take into account any other medical issues you might have. You might not even know whether or not you might have some medical issues, so that's where the assessment stage is important to establish the best treatment. The other thing I wanted to mention, and I think this is where some of my previous clients have actually really got into a place where things got worse, because they've just gone on and tried a bunch of things, tried a bunch of tips from online and so on. If you have struggled for a long time with sleep problems, trying is not really the best treatment plan. You can give things a go, but it doesn't mean that actually you're putting things into perspective and choosing the appropriate things to try out. And I've seen this again with clients over the years. You know, some of my clients that came to me with longer term insomnia have had literally a list of things they bought, tried, tested, and continued to put in place, and none of them made a difference, right? So it's important to really acknowledge that. Now we covered those. The best treatment currently that I know of is, and that's what I use in my practice as well, is the cognitive behavioral approach. And that's really, it's called CBTI, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Insomnia. That's what the I stands for. And it's really a practical behavioral plan to help you to really overcome the problem. Long-term and chronic insomnia, often what that means is when you continue struggling with sleep and it becomes chronic, you start to design your life around it. So it's not that the sleep problem is the main problem, is that you're now actually start taking on different mindsets, taking on different behaviors that almost stop you being able to return to normal. And I've seen many different versions of this over the years that I've worked with clients. So that approach means that you can untangle any of the misconceptions you have and build the appropriate action steps, develop the tools and the techniques that you need so that you can develop great quality sleep again, and that will last a lifetime. And again, that's what more of this cognitive behavioral approach wants to achieve, is long-term result, not a quick fix, not a short term. One of the things that I've seen with some of the basic CBT treatments is that sometimes it can be a bit short. So I know that within the UK, the National Health Service, I think currently offers 6 sessions. Now, what I found with clients is actually that sometimes isn't enough, especially if you think about it. If somebody has struggled with chronic insomnia for 5, 6, 10 years, some of my clients have had well over 10 years of sleep struggle, proper insomnia struggle, 6 sessions only scratches the surface. So in my practice, when I work with clients, the longer the insomnia has been around, often that means that we have to add a little bit more time to really address whatever things are underlying that problem, what I call root of the problem. So when I work with one-to-one clients, as an example, I work with them for a minimum of 3 months, but sometimes actually it can take longer. If it brings up more things, you got to work through them to make sure that that long-term result is going to be there. But generally speaking, the 3 months tend to really help with the majority of the problems, and then we look at how to make sure that it doesn't come back. So there is this 2-part within that treatment as well. You look at overcoming the problem, and then you look at how to make sure that it doesn't come back. And that's what I found with some of my clients who have had the standard treatment, is that it just wasn't enough to create the really long-term result. Something was missing. So this is what I think is the best treatment. Obviously, it's my opinion. You might have different opinions. You might see different opinions. But I think when it comes to my clients as well, whenever I talk to them initially, I always tell them, if it makes sense to you and your lifestyle, then it's probably going to be a best approach for you. And of course, I'm very direct with my clients about it. You know, if my work isn't appropriate for them, I will also let them know, because I think it's unfair if any professional will take on a client knowing that they can't really help them to overcome the problem. So short version is my belief on what's the best treatment is this cognitive behavioral approach. And for me, I add other things into it that enhances the basic CBT process. So I hope this video has helped. Please make sure that you take your time deciding what treatment or what program you go into. Obviously, I always encourage people to join my program because I know it delivers, but it needs to make sense to you. And I think that's the bottom line. And if you're not sure, you really got to talk to maybe a couple of different professionals who offer treatment, and then pick the one that maybe resonates with you the most. Again, you've got to have that good connection with whoever you work with. So thank you so much for watching. All the best with choosing the best treatment plan. I offer a complimentary session, so if you want to discuss maybe working with me or joining my program, you're very welcome to book that in and make sure that we talk about exactly where you're at and where you need to go and what results you want to achieve. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button below if you have enjoyed this. We clarified a few things here, and come back again next week when I'll be talking about yet another topic in this big picture of sleep, so we can help you really start overcoming your sleep problems in the coming weeks.